Mayor Johnson has served as an elected official in Machesney Park since 2005. He served 10 years as village treasurer and 2 years as village trustee for District 2 before being elected village president in April of 2017. Mayor Johnson is happily married to his wife Diana, and he often travels to southwest suburbs to visit his son's family. Aside from public service, Mayor Johnson worked 44 years as a pharmacist, 24 years of which were for CVS Pharmacy. Mayor Johnson is deeply devoted to Machesney Park, its schools, and service organizations, especially those serving veterans and retired folks. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Mayor Steve Johnson.
I want to thank Tanya for such a kind introduction. It was very, very kind of you. And I want to thank everybody for having me here tonight for the park, State of the Parks, Machesney Park address. Before I go into the PowerPoints of the slide here, I'd like to kind of maybe state a couple ideas that people might not know about the Machesney Park Village. You may or may not know. In its conception days, there was a committee formed, Machesney Incorporated Committee, that they actually had to pull together $60 for application to incorporate in the village of Machesney Park. And then on February 24th, 1981, the village was born and became a village. At that point, a loan was taken out for $25,000 to cover expenses until funds were generated. So I thought that was quite interesting, that the fact that they had to borrow money to get incorporated or get actually going. At the end of the first year of incorporation, outside elected officials, there were 3 full-time employees, 3 public works liaison, a person, a handyman type of thing, and a planner for the village, which is kind of like fast forward to right today's way it is. The village employs 12 full-time employees. 12. That's amazing. And people kind of ask the question, how can how can we run a village with 12 full-time employees? At the time we were actually formed or actually became a village, our forefathers were wise enough to consider outsourcing. So we outsource all of our services throughout the community. So that was a great concept, and we just continually do that today. So the village serves roughly 23,000 residents with such a small small staff of 12 full-time employees. This time I'd like to recognize our staff and elected officials from the village and actually recognize what they do for the residents of the village of Machesney Park. And we want to thank you. If all of our staff could please stand, and elected officials for the village. I really do appreciate what you guys do for our residents. Thank you. Going right to the slide right here, state of Machesney Park is a safe and prosperous. I want to say that again, the state of Machesney Park is safe and prosperous. The village has low crime rate. The village has financial stability. The village infrastructure is doing improvements. Ongoing economic development is occurring in the village. And expanded access to municipal services will be occurring this fall as we do our new website. Going on to our next power slide here would be public safety, and it's dear to my heart also, as Mayor Jury commented. The village is a safe community to live, work, and learn. Again, the village is a safe community to live, work, and learn. We want to commend all of our officers, which we do outsource to the Winnebago County Sheriff's Department. They do such a great job for our community and keeping everyone safe in the village. We did, under the police contract, Deputy Chief Anthony Machesney was appointed to lead our department in 2020. He installed 2 new detectives, leading increase on time of closing cases. And the Village Hall is scheduled to undergo a remodel for the police department. And we want a big thanks goes out to Senator Steve Stoutman for securing $200,000 to help our police department remodel. And also, Representative Villa is also seeking fundings for our camera systems in the police department coming up. So I want to thank both them individuals for helping the village get the funds that they need. Next would be public safety. We have obviously a safe and community to live, work, and learn, a very safe type of community. We have 3 fire departments in the village. We have one that's does the northern section is Harlem-Roscoe. We have Northwestern, which is the western suburbs, western side of the village, and North Park is the southern part of the village. I think that's kind of a unique thing for the village that we have 3 unique fire departments in the village. And then also North Park, which I'm very excited to say that they will be building a new fire station on Harlem Road. And I want to thank all the residents for voting for the referendum so they can be able to do that. That's going to increase safety for the whole region, response time, and getting it more of a modern and more effective fire station for our public. I want to thank them so much for that. Going next would be with the village finances. The village is financially sound. I want to say that again. The village is very, very financially sound. The village continues to remain a state of financial stability. This slide still illustrates a breakdown of a balance of $8.6 million fiscal year 2022-2023 budget, with nearly 60% of the funding for public safety services. We also recently adopted a fund balance policy to ensure at least 75% of annual expenditures are held back to make sure that we maintain services for our residents. So we want to make sure we maintain the services for our residents with this new reserve balance. And I really do appreciate that, and the fact that financially we are very, very stable, and that we were able to help our residents as much as we possibly can. Next would be the infrastructure, which is a very near to my part. We're actually putting the 1% road tax to work for the public. We do quite a few roads every year. Last year we did Alpine Road with many others. This year it was Harlem Road, which is still under construction and nearly done. Indigo Lane was done. And the village resurfacing program, which is 5 to 6 miles of roadway, was completed. Without this infrastructure improvement, the village obviously cannot expand retail, industrial, and residential growth. So infrastructure is extremely
important for any village, any city, any municipality in the state of Illinois. And we can show that we are very, very aggressive in maintaining roadways for the village. The village is creating a business-friendly environment. Doing business in Machesney Park is simple and inexpensive. So I want to say that again, the doing business in Machesney Park is simple and inexpensive. The village staff serves as a building advocate, business advocates, streamline revenue process. Among the lowest building permits fees in Illinois, supporting growth with TIF, enterprise zones, and other incentives. So we are very, very, very business friendly, and without that, we cannot grow. So I just want to stress that the fact that the village is very business friendly, and we're willing to talk to any new businesses that want to come to the village. Doing for attraction, retention, and development programs that we have in Machesney Park. There's quite a few successes that happen here. North American Clutch expansion. They're actually doubling in size as the International Clutch Division in the village. Very happy to have ABC Supplies building a facility in Machesney Park. Talked to a couple of weeks ago, Diane Hendricks. She's very excited to be in Machesney Park and is willing to get started, and she's a very good motivator. So we never know what will happen out there. So she is a great person. Going to, everybody asks what's happening at the old Machesney Park Mall. This picture kind of shows you what's happening at the old Machesney Park Mall. J.C. Penney building, which is the south side of that picture, was bought by the village. It was rehabbed, and it was totally leased. We had totally leased out, and then we had a private individual buy that building from us. So a local businessman built that, and we also carved out about 5 acres for the TLC assisted living facility, which is in the southern part of that picture too. And I'm happy to say that they are almost 100% full. There are 64 people now in that building. And now we're going to start talking to see if we want to expand. We'll see what he says. Xperity is in the would be on the west side of the building there. They're the leader in their industry. They process all the prompt care billing type of things, all the emergency type things. In the country, they're one of the top leaders in the country on that. PCI Pharmaceuticals is north of that. And then as we go more on the east side, we got Burlington and Big Lots. They just re-signed leases for 5-year extensions, which is very positive. Then we have on the north side, the old the Bergner's building, indoor storage facility, Nestry Park, with retail in front. And they're not only putting retail in front, they are also taking the ring road out and beautifying the northern section of that facility. So you'll see there's a lot of movement, a lot of earth being moved up there, and they're going to beautify it by putting ground cover, trees and bushes and things like that in there with more to come on that. So which is very exciting. Then also, which I'll leave that for later because there's a Baking Grounds North. Further in the slide, you'll see that they have been bought, and it's a little teaser that I'll give you that they're coming to the village. So, and then last but not least, Hennick. Wow. Thank you, Hennick, for doing what you do for the village of Machesney Park. Expanding 2 years ago, remodeling the old buildings, Hydro Lane building they bought, remodeled, or repurposed the building. You're going to expand again, and maybe expand again. So we don't know the boundaries where they're going. So that's huge. So that's a huge win for us in the village, and a huge win for the whole region. So I want to thank D. Martin and his staff for all what they do for the village. Thank you. Here's some of the successes that the village had. Chick-fil-A was a little time off during COVID. They kind of backed off, and then we went out, reached out to them again, and were able to get the deal done. There's another example of how the village works with the business groups to get things done, and that's a prime example. Another one was Freddy's Frozen Custard out of Wichita, Kansas. Talked to the gentleman that actually was one of the founding fathers of Freddy's, and was able to get that deal done. It took a little while. We had to go through COVID there again, but a little bit late, but very, very, another success story for the village. Beersley Barber Shop is in the strip mall on North 2nd. We're able to get them in that spot, another site that was not being used, so we're able to be a nice area for them to go. And then one of the things that people really don't realize is the Pit Stop convenience store and strip center. That was a private individual that took that into that building was terrible. They put a new face on it, and they basically remapped the whole thing, and now it's very, very attractive. It's a multi-purpose building, and there again, I want to thank, it's like, for what he does for our community. He's just what a person. Now, some of the teasers, things soon to come to the village. We have off down to the left there, Machesney Crossings. We have Five Guys coming. D1 Fitness, which is a strengthening type of thing. It's individual type of workout type of thing going in there. And then we have a smoothie, tropical smoothie cafe. And there's going to be another site in that building open, so I think they already got that one filled, or they're talking about it. So that's right out in front of Old Navy. And here is the old Baking Grounds North building. Pizza Kitchen and Bar to be announced later. All I can tell you is it's kind of a connection to the Rockford, the icon, but it's not who you think. But I can't announce the name, but he just bought it, so which is good, with possible outdoor entertainment. That possible outdoor entertainment type of thing, we don't know what he's thinking of. I'm hoping of like a small concert center. That's my wish. Next would be the mill. What events are that's two individuals, very energetic individuals. They're very hardworking people, local people. Bought the old Cronies Bar and Grill. What a transformation that place has become. They're very close to being open. They're going to be have a country theme base type thing with country entertainment. So that would be a thing to come pretty soon, within the next month or two. Zoe's Deli Slots is an old former Fascia Brown that is to be open pretty soon too also. And down off to the right is a very, very important statement. 99% of commercial buildings on Route 133 are occupied. 99%. That's outstanding. And we definitely have more coming, but I cannot announce them right now. We have, I give you another teaser. We have a few that will be coming pretty quickly here, so, which is good. Near and dear to my heart. Community engagement, events, National Night Out, very, very in tune to getting the first responders out to the public, talking to them and communicating to the public. The Gunlock event, which was held in Luz Park, I want to thank everybody for that. And that was just a well-attended event. I love doing stuff like that. Trunk and Treat, that's coming up October 29th at Town Center. Love that type of event. We have a lot of, last year we had over 3,000 people plus in 2 hours. It's quite intense. And I love the children. Light Up the Parks Parade was down on the left there. What a great event. Done that for years and years and years. And looking forward to do that again in the toy drives and helping people. That's very, very important. And the Cops Cars and Canine car show was at the Town Center this year, and we're hoping to have it at the Town Center every year. It was a well-attended event, and it goes for a good cause for the canines. We do appreciate the sheriff and all their officers and what they do for our community. Community engagement, the 24/7 virtual village hall. What is basically, we're launching a new website this fall. It's going to make it modern, user-friendly design. Residential building permits will be done online if possible. Business license applications renewal, requests of services, and contact forms will be also available. So it's going to make it right to the touch, 24/7 for the people to get their business done online. From all the elected officials and staff of the village of Machesney Park, thank you for what you guys do. Without your support, Machesney Park with your support, Machesney Park is the area's destination to shop, dine, and explore. So without the public, we would not be what we are. And then that's why Machesney Park is your destination stop. Thank you so much.